ecosystems the new altcoin playground? Why or why not?
Yeah, I would say yes, due to lower fees and faster development cycles. Um, there's airdrop farming is common now, but long-term projects matter more, right? So I want to leave people with that information as well. So you have your lower fees, you and faster development cycles. So it is an altcoin playground. But once again, you still want to do your research on that.
What's one sector of altcoins people are sleeping on right now?
One sector, I think decentralized storage and compute would be something that is a sleeper. Once again, I still don't think that it will overtake layer ones and memes, but it is a sleeper. And the buzzword is AI, right? So you have your you have your AI blockchain interoperability. So those are the sectors. AI isn't really slept on because it's a huge thing, but I would say decentralized storage and compute. And surprisingly enough, last cycle gaming was huge. I still think there's some gains left in the tank for gaming as well. So it's kind of slept on now since AI has risen, but gaming might get you some gains as well.
So going into segment 5, the role of community in alpha and security. First question, how can crypto communities help investors find hidden gems?
Yeah. So that went into my answer before when I talked about are the developers doxed, meaning are they documented? Can you look at documents to say, okay, this guy built or worked on, or this group worked on this worked on this coin. So if so, they will have like dev calls, developer calls, beta invites, even testing. Uh, Discord, their social media, how active are they? And that will help you find those hidden gems. Just following, you can call them influencers or people on social media, specifically Discord and Twitter, to see what's something new that's out there. What's the alpha that we can get into early?
What's a sign that a project community is real and not manufactured?
Yeah. So no engagement bots or shield rewards. When they start contacting and you see bot-like comments, that's manufactured. Uh it's something as simple as genuine questions. Also, we talked about devs. Are they doxed and active dev support? So if there's an issue or a question, do the devs answer those issues and questions? And as well as open source links would be the a determining factor for you to determine if it's real or if it's manufactured.
How do you personally engage with trusted communities online?
Yeah, so there's a lot of forums, Twitter Spaces, and Discord. That's how I would engage. And really, for me, I just join discords and just observe and see the interaction. How vibrant is the community, and do they help other people that have questions about the coin or the token, and are the devs in there answering? So that would be a place to go. And Twitter Spaces, obviously, or X Spaces.
Yeah, yeah, that's one area I've been trying to get more comfortable with is the Discord. How to move around and understand the community of Discords. But
hmm
next, what's your method of vetting influencers or analysis you follow?
Yeah, review their past calls and transparency. How transparent are they? How good were their past calls? Um, Look for track records, educational tone. One thing that you definitely would want to avoid is channels with a lot of sponsored content and sponsored by coins or tokens. That's something that you would want to, how you want to vet the influencers or analysts that you follow.
Segment 6, getting ready for what comes next. First question, what are the smartest investors preparing for even as prices go up?
Yes. As I spoke about before, what we're preparing for, exit ladders, your exit strategy. Like, you got to have an exit strategy. So how are you going to ladder out? Are you going to do a 25% all the way out? Are you going to do a 20% all the way out? These are just examples. But these examples help you to understand what your exit strategy is and write it down. And it can change, that's fine, but write something down right now. Do it now. um, Figure out what you're okay with. And once you start to reach that level, even if it goes up past what you're okay with, you should be okay with getting out and being perfectly fine and being set for the next cycle, because you're going to be even smarter the next cycle. So that's how you prepare. Exit, laddering out, go into your cold wallet where you should have everything off the exchanges, and making sure you understand the mechanics of how to transfer to USDT, how to sell your positions. You got to understand how to do that, because when the time comes and it's hot and heavy, you're gonna forget your password or something. Something's gonna happen to where you're like, I have all this money. How do I get out? You wanna practice that over and over.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I feel that because that exit strategy gotta be very important because you go in that blind, you stay in there too long or get out too early and you just mess yourself up. I could definitely see how important that exit strategy is going forward.
Yeah.
So, what tools or dashboards help you monitor market health daily?
Yeah. So for me, I really look at coin market cap. That that snapshot, you can get a lot of information from it. You can get a lot of information on the greed versus fear meter. Get a lot of information on Bitcoin dominance versus altcoin season. It's right there in front of you. I think just starting there versus any of your other information that you would get, like DeFi Llama and all these other things, if you start there and just understand how to read that web page, you will understand where we currently are in the market, and if it's time to sell or time to buy.
All right, next question. How do you decide when to switch from uh, accumulation to preservation mode?
Right. Like I've been saying, I guess this is a theme, right?
Mhm.
So whenever sentiment is euphoric, meaning when greed is high, when it's high, you want to sit back and preserve. You don't want to make any moves as far as buying, because the price, if it's euphoric, if the greed is high, then the prices would be high. Also, when we go back down to fear, that's when you want to start accumulating again. Because if you're in a coin that you feel strongly would do good in this bull cycle, you want to have more of it for the least amount you can get it, meaning DCA, dollar cost averaging. You want to get the most of something that you have researched and you feel very strongly about. Then you want to preserve it when it's very euphoric, And when it's time to sell, when a lot of different indicators are active, and you see these indicators lining up, Q4, for example, is an indicator, and you see this happen, now you want to go ahead and sell or transfer to USDT.